Hello fellow book lovers and welcome back to the Bibliovert channel. My name is Jacqueline. For today's video, I am setting up my March spreads in my 2022 reading bullet journal. This journal is the Archer and Olive A5 Gliding Swallow 192 pages dot grid notebook. So clearly I have been slacking off on adding my book cover photos for February to my book spread. And for me personally, I just go onto Goodreads and save an image of the book cover and then just print it out on printer paper. But I do know that there are a ton of creators out there who know how to do it for free on Shutterfly. If you would like to learn more about this process, because it is quite detailed, definitely check out the link that is in our description box for Books and Bujo's Instagram. She has a whole highlight on her Instagram page and she does a fantastic job walking you through how to do it. And the pictures are really high quality and they look fantastic. I'm so excited because I've made some progress on my author backlog spread in February by reading several of Marissa Meyer's books. We had the incredible honor of interviewing her for the Bibliovertpodcast, and that episode will be live on March 14th. But I also wanted to dive into a bunch of her work, so I'm super excited that I got to read several of them. I will say, however, that when I was originally setting up this page, I was very short-sighted and forgot to include the novels that each author will be coming out with in 2022, so I didn't include space for those. So that is definitely something that I will be correcting for my 2023 bullet journal because I don't want it to look too crowded. We read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber for our January Patreon book buddy read, and oh my goodness, I absolutely loved it. It was so whimsical and fun, and the plot absolutely kept me on my toes. We had a super incredible discussion about it with our Bryce level patrons, and it was just such an incredible time. Okay, y'all. Welcome to the disaster zone. So for my March spread, I had this idea that I was so excited about, and I thought I had put a great amount of thought into it. Well, clearly not. Clearly not. Each month, our patrons get to vote on the book that will be that month's spread inspiration. Don't worry, there are absolutely no spoilers for the books, but go ahead and put your guess in the comments down below for what book you think won the poll, and I will reveal at the end of the video which book it is. Okay, so my idea that I had that I was so excited about was to have a very faint outline of the map in the background to make this spread more textured and dynamic. Well, let me tell you, everything went wrong. And literally everything. And it's all because I'm an actual idiot. So first off, I printed off a picture of the map. But guess who forgot to flip it? Me. I did. Spoiler alert. It was me. I didn't flip it. So if everything had actually worked and gone to plan, the map would have been backwards on the spread. And I remember looking at it and thinking about it, and I was like, screw it. It'll be fine. It's like kind of semi-symmetrical. It's not, it's really not. But I was like, it's okay, it's fine. I'm not gonna go upstairs and reprint it. Like, we're already doing this, so let's just go with it. Well, guess what? It didn't matter. So then I traced it, and I've used this process before for embroidery. And so I was like, yeah, this will totally be the same thing. Wrong, it's not the same thing. Also, I forgot a step because again, idiot. So I traced it, flipped around over, tried rubbing it on, and nothing came off. Do you want to know why? Because I didn't use heat. And it literally didn't occur to me until I was editing this video that you have to iron the back of the paper and then it would have transferred. So again, super smart Jacqueline move over here. Then I had this genius idea to use a marker in the hopes that it would still be wet and leave marks behind. Nope, didn't work. Didn't work. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna cut it and I'll use it in the background. Well, now it's super like dark and obvious, and it's not this faint outline of like a little texture and dynamic. No, it's not that at all. But anyway, I had run out of ideas. I guess I only had like a half a brain cell left and it just was not working. So anyway, I went ahead, I cut it out, taped it down, and proceeded to add my photos on top of it. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look like awful, but it also wasn't what I had in my head. So now that I actually remember to use the iron, I'll bring this concept back in the future video and hopefully we won't screw it up too bad. But man, y'all, we took some L's on this spread. So for my books read side of things, I wanted to bring in some more of the elements that I have throughout this journal. And so instead of doing one large square, I decided to do a bunch of smaller squares and rectangles. I'm very curious to see if I'm actually going to like this, because I generally write down the title of the book and the author's name on one line. And obviously, because these are smaller squares and rectangles, I don't think that it will all fit on one line. So we'll see how that goes and see if it bothers me too much or not. So like always, we have the days read as well as my favorite book of the month with space for a quote, as well as my monthly stats of how many books and pages I read. Crescent City 1, House of Earth and Blood won this month's poll, and I had so much fun prepping this spread. I have not finished House of Sky and Breath yet, but the little that I have read, I have really enjoyed. But I do request that you keep the comments completely spoiler-free so that it doesn't ruin the reading experience for other viewers. But that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn a little bit more about us, check us out on Instagram at the Bibliovertpodcast. We also have a bookish podcast with episodes that come out every week called the Bibliovertpodcast, and we have a Patreon with tons of behind the scenes content, a Discord with an amazing community, and Patreon exclusive episodes. I hope you have a fantastic week, happy reading, and I'll see you next time.